Okay, so this is the final presentation for Thermoplastic Resins presented by yours truly, Jason Younger. So buckle your seatbelt because this is about to be rough. Okay, so nylon in general. Nylon is a polyamide and an engineering thermoplastic due to its above average properties. A little fun fact, nylon is an arbitrary name and was never trademarked. So there are many different types of nylon, but nylon 6 and nylon 6,6 are by far the most common. And nylons are condensation polymers, copolymers, meaning they form when reacting equal parts of diamine and a dicarboxylic acid. So peptide bonds form at both ends of each monomer in a process analogous to polypeptide biopolymers. A little bit about the history. A chap by the name of Gerald J. Burkett was the first one to create nylon fiber. He was working for DuPont at the time. So the synthesis was done using equal parts of hexamethylene and adipic acid. So basically just your household items laying around. And the creation of nylon came about because the Army needed a synthetic replacement to silk to be used for its parachutes. So it was first used for nylon bristled toothbrushes and women's stockings, actually. And a brilliant thermoplastic resins professor once told me that the best materials or products, rather, often come from the military first. So they're developed there and eventually make their way down to the average consumer. This is the case with nylon. Some properties of nylon 6 and 6,6 is high tensile strength, high modulus, high stiffness, high impact strength, low coefficient of friction, high chemical resistance, high heat resistance. And those were directly copied from Professor Norton's presentation. Another unique property, though, of nylon is that it has an oxygen index number in the high 20s, depending on which nylon you're talking about, which means it is self-extinguishing. So nylon 6 is a little bit different than nylon 6,6 because it is not a condensation process. Instead, nylon 6 is made using of only one kind of monomer called the caprolactam, and with the help of heat and a little bit of water, the ring opens up to form the long polymer chain you see there. And this is the most common type of nylon for casting, as opposed to injection molding or extrusion, like you could do for nylon 6,6. So nylon is pretty awesome, and that's because of the intermolecular forces. So this picture is a representation of the intermolecular forces found in nylon 6. These intermolecular forces are the reason why nylons have such fantastic properties. When dealing with these nylons, the most important intermolecular force is hydrogen bonding. So the nitrogen bonding hydrogens of one nylon chain will form a very strong bond with the carbonyl oxygens of another nylon chain. These oxygen bonds make very strong nylon crystals, which hold the nylon chains together really tightly. These strong crystals make strong fibers. In nylon 6,6, the carbonyl oxygens and amide hydrogens can hydrogen bond with each other. This allows the chains to line up in an orderly fashion and form the fibers, which is why they're so strong. So some uses for nylon. Nylon can be used literally everywhere, but it's growing rapidly in the automotive industry as a replacement for metal parts. So because it's such a fantastic material, it can be used anywhere from food packaging to recreation. In the automotive industry, for example, it's popular for intake manifolds because they're tough, corrosion resistant, cheap, well, cheaper relatively, and probably most importantly, lightweight. That's what all these companies care about the most these days, is lightweight for fuel economy. They can also offer better airflow due to the smooth surface finish inside the bore. And also, nylon's self-lubricating properties also make it a great material for gears and bearings. And here's a rare picture of all my pets in one photo. The end.